Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It's time for our weekly recap of Sistas. Sistas season 3, episode 13, and it was titled Water Under the Bridge. I know, I'm late. I kept meaning to watch it, and then I was watching something else, and y'all know how that go. But anyway, we back with the episode, and before I jump into the recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button along with the share button. All right, y'all. So let's just jump right into it. So it picks up where it left off at when Maurice and Q at the bank and Bree there. And basically Q got the gun up on Maurice's neck and like, you need to open up the bank. You need to open the safe. And Bree like, I can't. Q call out these 3 dudes, so it was like 3 other guys hiding in the bank somewhere, like it was a surprise party, child. And they come out. One go to the front door, one go on the side door, one go on the was one like in the back somewhere. I don't know. He went to the back to watch the back door. One watched the front door, and one went somewhere else, child. I don't even know. But anyway, Q like, anybody else coming to work? Anybody else coming to work or whatever like that. And she like, no, anybody else coming. And he like, well, you can open up the safe. You gotta open up the safe. I can't open up the safe. What? You said she can open up the safe. Maurice, you said I can open up the safe. Why would you do that? Bitch, I wasn't trying to get shot by myself. What you talking? I said, oh my God. So she's steady crying. You know, they go back and forth for this about 5 minutes, child. And then Maurice sitting up there begging and stuff. Q like, you lying. I know one of y'all lying, and one of y'all better tell me the truth, or both of y'all gonna get shot. Something gonna happen up here. She's like, oh my God, I can't. So, child, Maurice and dang on Bree going back and forth joking. I said, this is not the time for this conversation. So Q getting pissed off. Y'all joking? Y'all throwing jokes around here? Oh, y'all think I ain't serious? One of y'all about to die. So then Bree, like Maurice was talking to Q, they was going back and forth or whatever, and Q was asking Maurice, well, like, why you lied to me, or whatever like that. He like, well, you just need to hear her out, like, just listen to her, and so she gonna tell you what she could do, she can take. Bree's trying to go in her pocket, but Q turned around real quick with it or whatever. So here go Bree. Q, bitch, don't say my name. Okay, I'm so sorry. I said, well, damn. Q called somebody else over to watch Maurice or whatever, because he gonna take Bree to the vault. So she like, I can't, I'm telling you, I can't. So he dragging her around the counter and stuff like that. And she like, all right, I gotta call corporate. And then they gotta put the code in, and they gotta open it up and stuff like that. You lie. No, I'm telling you, this is the truth. And so she ends up calling corporate or whatever. After maybe like 5-10 minutes, child, she finally called corporate. And then she like, somebody wants to get into the vault. My number is such and such. And then we paused on them for a second. We see Zach. He with the realtor. She giving him a tour of the house. The house really is under construction still, but I guess the person who was trying to build it up or whatever lost money on it, and then it went into foreclosure. So now the bank got it, and the bank happy to get it off their hands or whatever. So she tells him that, and then he like, okay, well, it's real good, but I don't know. You know, he not real confident. Like, he pretending like he confident, and Fatima helping him build up his confidence, but he not confident on his own. So he like, all right, well, let me make a phone call. So he ends up calling Fatima, asking her, you know, did you get the video? Do you like the house and stuff? Because it's a lot, and I don't know, but I really want you to show up. I want you to come. And she like, all right, well, I can see if I can get a break or whatever to come down there. So he hang up off on her. The realtor come over to him and ask him, you know, like, what's going on. He was like, all right, well, it's real nice. I really like it or whatever. So I think I'm going to put an offer in. Like, how do we make this offer? And so she was like, a cash offer. So he was like, well, I could put 50% down or whatever. And she was like, oh, well, how's your credit? He was like, that's why I'm putting 50% down. She was like, okay, well, we got a lender next door. I'm sure we can work that out or whatever. So he like, all right, we'll go, you know, handle it. Here she go. Well, before I go handle it, is you married? You got a girlfriend? Is you whatever? He like, what they ask on the application. She like, oh no, I'm asking that or whatever. I'm like, you mixing business with pleasure, girl, but whatever. So he like, oh, well, no, I'm not married or none of that. She was like, oh, okay, well, you want to get drinks? He like, well, no, I'm seeing somebody. She was like, oh, well, that's too bad. Here you go. Well, don't tell me you gonna not work as hard for me because I'm with somebody. She was like, no, that's not the case. He was like, oh, okay, because some people be mad. I was just like, Zach, please get over yourself. But anyway, she go over and do what she got to do. So be back at the bank. So Bree, she finally hang up with the person, and Q like, well, what's going on? What's happening? She like, well, they said they gonna call me back or whatever. He was like, call you back? What do you mean they gonna call you back? That don't even make no sense. She like, that's the way protocol work. I'm telling you, that's the way protocol work or whatever. Maurice like, Q, you kind of jumpy. He's like, shut up. You don't tell me. Here go Bree, cause you is sweating. I say, what kind of why is we having this conversation with the damn robber? But anyway, they go back around the counter. Q go tell somebody to go watch the back. But I was like, wasn't somebody already watching the back? And then what happened to the dude that was watching the front? Because he was like, well, I'm going to go watch the front. And then he go tell Maurice and Bree, like, if I see any cops, both y'all going to die or whatever. So then he go out the front of the bank. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then he leaves Bree and Maurice there to talk. So Maurice was like, what was that code you gave? Because that was definitely not your employee number. She was like, I gave them the code for the robbery. He was like, oh, okay. So, the cops was on their way or whatever. So she was like, he was like, well, do that really work or something? She was like, yeah, you ain't read the handbook. He was like, no, girl, I ain't never had no time to read that handbook. I said, you shoulda, because you need to read the damn handbook. Because she was also like, I can't get into the vault or whatever. So, and I'm like, well, I never worked in no bank, so I don't know, like, if anybody worked in the bank, like, is that really what happens? Like, somebody got to call somebody and they open up the safe or something like that? Because my thing is, y'all at the bank, where the money got to be in the vault. I mean, like, where the cash, not cash register money, but, the front money, where is that at? Like, they ain't had that set up or nothing like that, because it was already late. Well, I guess they the only two people that work at the bank, because ain't nobody else open up the bank. But whatever, I'm trailing off. So, anyway, they steady talking, and she asking Maurice, like, well, how did we get here? Like, why, like, what's going on? And so Maurice don't really want to tell her, but then he ends up telling her, like, he came over, we buy Chicky Wild Wild or whatever, and next thing I know, he had a gun up to my face. So she like, oh my God. He was like, yeah, if I wasn't chasing after the D, I wouldn't be in this situation. Here she go chastising him, telling him, we gotta make better decisions, Maurice. Shut up, Bree. This is not the time to be telling that man he need to make better decisions. Don't you think he realized that, Bree? But anyway, we hear the the police or whatever. He like, what's taking them so long? So then next thing you know, cops bust in the back and stuff, and it's like all these cops in there, and this one cop come up to them and was like, well, they ran, they got away or whatever like that. But, it's safe. We're going to take your statements and stuff. Well, Maurice was like, well, not Maurice. Bree was like, yo, you sure they got away? He was like, yeah, I'm not got away. They gone. And so the cop was like, yeah, we got like 40 cops out there. They, they gone or whatever. Here go Maurice. Well, how they get away if you got 40 cops? That part. Okay. But anyway, they go off to, get their statements and whatnot. We see Danny, she at the airport, she fixing her wig and her phone and stuff like that. And then the stripper, El Fuego, he come up and walk up behind her and stuff. And she like, oh, hey, what you doing? Look good. You look different with your clothes on and stuff like that. And he like, yeah, well, I can't walk around butt naked all the time. So then he asked her how she doing, how she feeling, how she been. And then, he like, well, she like, well, I'm doing good or whatever. She like, well, where you coming from? He was like, or where you going? He was like, well, I'm coming from a flight from Miami or whatever. She was like, oh, okay, you going to Miami? All right, I see you, whatever. He ends up saying like, he ain't seen her in Club eating in a long time and she should come through. We find out that back in college, I guess when he was a little heavier, they buy Chicky Wild Wild, but not technically because he was on her thighs and he ain't know the difference, child. I said, well, okay. But she said he was drunk. So, okay, we're going to give him a pass. So, he was like, damn, well, I bet you I can find it and know what it feel like now or whatever. So she was like, boy, bye. And so she asked him, was he still sleeping with, the people he danced for? And he was like, no, just because I slept with you don't mean I'm doing that. I don't got to do that or whatever. I'm good. I'm making money. So then she's talking about something shaking ass all your life. And what she say, shaking ass ain't no future or something. He was like, look, trust, I make money. I'm good. So they finished chatting it up, and then he tells her to come to Club eating with the girls. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to come through, but everything going to be on you. Parking, the VIP, we want it all or whatever. He was like, no problem. I got you. She was like, oh, okay, well, you really is doing what you need to do or whatever. And so he's like, yeah, see you then. So then he walked off. So then we see Karen, she at her shop, she finishing up this style, And the lady leave out or whatever. Pam come over there, girl, you really laid that hair. She was like, yeah, I did, didn't I? I did. Yeah, but you know, all she gonna do is go to Isaiah. Damn, Pam, you just had to mess up stuff, didn't you? I'm just saying, girl. I'm just saying, what you gonna do? Because you know, half of the clients that went over to Isaiah, girl, they gone. And she was like, I know. Well, you know, what we gonna do to keep these lights on and pay me? Because I need to get paid. She was like, yeah, I got it, you know, Pam. She was like, oh, with that check Zach gave you, how you know Zach gave me a check? I didn't, but now I do, girl. How much was it? Enough to get you out my business, Pam. I'm just saying, girl, I just want to make sure you're going to keep the lights on and, you know, be able to pay me because I got to get paid, okay? She was like, you know what, Pam, go over there and do some work. Okay, well, ain't it strange, you know, like all them years you had broke Zach and then God just bring him back. Won't he deliver? She was just like, Pam, go work. Oh, okay, you mad. All right, girl. So Karen was big mad. Because she did put up with that man for 3 years and he could not give her nothing. But now he all rich and got this money and stuff and able to cash a check or write a check that fast for that amount. She feeling some type of way. So she go back into her office. She ends up calling Zach, but from her cell phone, he still got her blocked. So then she goes to the office phone and call her from the office phone. He answers and she like, well, why you still got me blocked? He was like, oh, my bad. I forgot that I had you blocked, but I thought it would be better that way. Better for what? Never mind, Karen. Like, what do you want? So then she like, well, you know, I'm just saying, I just wanted to let you know, like, what's going on here. Like, Isaiah, he done took all my clients and stuff, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to keep the lights on, but your check came just in time. So Zach like, well, I'm glad I was able to help you out or whatever, same way as you helped me out all the many years and whatnot. And she was like, yeah, you know, well, you ain't really had to do that or whatever. And he was like, well, you know, if you found out from your girls that I had all that money, you'd have been mad if I didn't cut you no check. And she ain't saying nothing. So she was just like, well, you want to go to dinner? We can talk and stuff. He was like, dinner? Like, for what? Like, and so this was like, well, I just want to talk. We could just chat it up or whatever. He ends up telling her no. Like, she was just like, oh, okay. Because he was like, she was like, well, I know your heart or something like that. And he was like, yeah, you know me, the kind of guy that would steal credit cards or whatever. She was like, I apologize for that, Zach. I apologize for that. Yeah, I guess this is water underneath the bridge. But, you know, I can't really have no dinner with you or nothing like that. She was like, oh, okay, well. He was like, well, you know what? I got business to take care. I got to go. So then they hang up. Here he go. Now she all on me. She all on me. She had 3 years. She all on me. First of all, did you forget that you cheated on her? That she always had to give you this, give you that, give you this. You was a hobo sexual. Like, come on now, dude. You ain't had no place to live. You was just popping from each house. And then you ended up on her couch and in her bed, and then you was in a relationship. Like, did you forget all of that, Zach? Did you forget that you had a whole pregnancy scare with one of your sneaky links? Did you forgot all that? Oh, okay, Zach. Like, boy, bye. So, they ended the phone call. He ends up calling Fatima, asking her where she at. She was outside the back door, side door, whatever. So she come in, they chop it up, and she was just like, well, you know, I like the outside, but the inside ain't nothing to see. Ain't nothing to be. He was like, well, can't you visualize? I can have a bed right here, the kitchen right here. I'm like, a bedroom in the kitchen? Like, ain't this the upstairs or the downstairs? But whatever. Some people do have bedrooms downstairs, but it was just weird when he was saying like the bedroom would be in the kitchen. Like, wouldn't it be the living room and then the kitchen? But whatever, you know, who is me? But anyway, they talk, and she was like, yeah, because, you know, it's a good neighborhood. They got the schools and the daycare. He looking at her like, what? She was like, boy, I'm not pregnant. I'm just saying for when you resell it. He was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And so they still chop it up and stuff. And she's just like, well, you know, you got this. You're going to do good. And he was like, well, why you always doing that? Why you always bigging me up and making me feel good and stuff? And she was like, because, you know, that's what I'm here for or whatever. Of course, they talking about Bow Chicky Wow Wow and later and whatnot, because, you know, he was looking good in the suit. She was looking good in the dress. And then she was like, look, I got to go. So then she leaves. We see Karen. She finally comes to the bank to cash the check. She go in there. She like, what's all these cops and stuff? The cops try to stop her, but Bree was like, I know her, officer. You could just bring her in or whatever. And I'm like, girl, if it's a crime scene, she not going to be able to come through, but who is me? Anyway, they let Karen through. They talk to Bree, and so she like, what's going on here, girl? She was like, yeah, I was just robbed and stuff. What? Robbed? She was like, yeah, at gunpoint. Gunpoint? Oh my God, is you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm fine. Maurice over there looking down at the dumpster stuff because, you know, he the cause of it predominantly because, you know, he basically let Q into his life and stuff. So he like, well, she don't want to say it was because of me, because I let Q in there and stuff, and it was the man, and I'm just a lonely bitch, and I just can't get nothing right and stuff. And then he go off and looking all Eeyore-ish and whatnot. And so she was just like, oh my God, girl, you all right? You all right? Well, I came to cash this check, but never. Bree was like, girl, come on over here, cash this check. So she looked at the check. She like, oh my God, from Zach. She was like, yeah, girl, that's what I'm saying. So then they start talking like, you got feelings for Zach? You want to be with Zach still? And so she like, girl, like, he doing good and stuff. He got his life together and whatnot. And she was like, what you saying? You want to be with him again? She was like, that's not what I'm saying. She was like, oh, okay. And so she was like, well, how's Aaron doing? She was like, Aaron is doing good. He's doing fine. She was like, oh, he doing fine. He doing good. She was like, yeah, girl. He asked me to marry him. What? Huh? What? She was like, yeah, but I said no. Maybe we should just fill it out. Oh, okay, good. And she was like, what you mean good? Because you don't like him or not? And she was like, no, because I think it's just too fast or whatever. Y'all need to slow it down. She was like, oh, okay, you right, girl, you right. And so then something, child, what happened? I think that was it. So Bree and her chopped it up and stuff, and Bree did end up saying, yeah, you need to take it slow with Aaron, especially since Zach is around. Karen was like, Zach is not around. She was like, yeah, the new Zach is around or whatever. She was just like, So then Karen leaves out the bank. So then she tells Maurice, well, this is Bree and Maurice. So she tells Maurice, let's go home. Let's have wine. Let's wear some bonnets and, calm our nerves down and stuff. So Maurice was like, all right. So then outside the bank, Karen ends up calling Andy and Danny and telling them what's going on with Bree. And so of course they wanted to, go there right away, but she was like, no, just like meet up after work and stuff. I know she upset and she nervous because she was shaking and stuff, but let's just talk to her, later or whatever. So they was like, okay, we can do that. And then she gonna tell Daddy, look, Daddy, don't be coming high or whatever. She was like, bitch, don't say stupid shit to me like that. I'm coming high. Like, what stupid shit? I was cracking up. So then we see Andy. So Andy, I guess she was just walking the hallway or something, or looking for Fatima. I don't know. But she go into Fatima's office, and who in there, child? Hayden. So Hayden in Fatima's office behind her desk. Andy like, why is you in Fatima's office behind her desk? He talking about something, first she was like, why you in her office? He was like, well, I was just looking for Fatima. The office J big. So why you couldn't see she wasn't in there and then just left back out? So Andy like, well, why you behind her desk? Oh, I was just making a phone call. You was making a phone call from her office? Like you ain't got your own office or whatever? He was like, well, I feel like you lawyering me. She was like, well, I'm just trying to figure out like why you in her office, why you behind her desk. Like she carries confidential information for me or whatever. He was like, well, we both in the same office. She was like, yeah, different divisions. He was like, oh, okay. So, he feeling all high and mighty. So then she was like, well, since you done with your phone call, let me walk you out. So he was like, oh, okay. So then he leaves. So then, soon as he leaves, Fatima walks up to Andy. Andy was like, you had a long break. She was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm back or whatever. So then she asked Fatima, well, like, why was Hayden in your office? She was like, he was in my office. Like, what? He was in my office. So she was like, yeah, girl, he was in your office behind your desk. Behind my desk? But did you ask him why he was in there? She was like, yeah, he ain't tell me. So she was like, well, all right. Well, she started walking off. So Andy was like, well, where are you about to go? She was like, I'm about to ask his bitch ass why he was in my office. So she go to Hayden's office and she asked Hayden, like, why was you in my office? He was like, oh, hey, hi, Fatima. Ain't no hey, hi, Fatima. Why was you in my office? He was like, well, I was looking for you. Okay, but I wasn't in there, so why was you behind my desk? He was like, well, I was just looking for you and seeing how you was doing or whatever. She was like, look, hey, I am the wrong bitch to play games with or whatever. He was like, why would you call yourself a bitch? That's not nice. She was like, look, if you playing games, trust me, I'm going to find out. So just know you got the right one. So he was just like, all right, but so she about to leave. So he was like, oh, one more thing, Fatima, make sure you knock once you come into my office again. I said, boy, bye. So then we back at with Bree and Maurice. So she at Maurice's place or whatever. He all miserable. He going to this whole because they getting their wine and stuff together, child. And he goes into this thing like he should have turned Q in once he saw that he robbed Calvin. He knew he was a hustler. And, he just be sleeping with everybody because he trying to find a love that he didn't get from his parents and stuff. So she was like, oh my God, Maurice, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then he was just like, you know, it's okay. It's all right. I'm just a lonely bitch. I'm just a lonely bitch. She was like, well, what about dating apps and stuff? He was like, ain't nothing but hoes on dating apps. Ain't nothing but hoes. And she was like, well, you know, let's go down to the club when we can find somebody. No, Brie, I'm just going to go to bed. You know, it's just late and stuff. I said, well, damn, what time is it? Because what time did she get to the bank? What time did they stay in the bank underneath the investigation? And then what time did they leave the people? Because they acting like it's nighttime or something like that. So they steady talking. The girl that we had met before, I can't think of her name, but she come out into the kitchen butt naked, child. She's standing behind the fridge like, oh my God, I didn't know anybody was out here. Girl, the apartment but yay big. How you ain't see nor hear them come in the door, nor see them in the kitchen, okay? Because the fridge right there, when you came out the bedroom, you saw them in the kitchen. You could have went back into the bedroom and grabbed some clothes. You made it all the way to the fridge and then gonna talk about something. Oh, I didn't know nobody was here. Anyway, so they all looking like, what the hell? And then Calvin came out. He all butt naked, child. He covering up his peen, and they just staring at each other. So that was how the episode ended. I said, Lord, this finna be a whole hot ass mess. Because then he just sleep with Bree that morning. So, child. Anyway. It's the best. Y'all let me know what y'all felt about the episode down there in them comments. If y'all are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you ended up liking this recap review, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.